You know that chick who just has that thing? You don't even know what it is. But when she walks in, something in your chest tightens. It's like every guy around her forgets how to act. The kind of woman who walks into a room and, boom, every guy instantly becomes a dog. Ears up, tongue out, begging for her attention like their self-worth depends on it. But then you notice something strange. There's always that one guy she locks eyes with. He's not chasing. He's not trying. He's not even looking directly at her half the time. And yet, she can't stop watching him. She's wondering why she wants him. She's wondering what he knows that the others don't. That's what this video is about. Because by the end of this masterclass, you're going to know exactly how to make women want you. Not kinda interested. I'm talking about raw, undeniable desire. And listen, I don't care if you've never had a woman look at you like you're her only oxygen. I don't care if you're already getting laid dating nines, and you just want to understand why it works. This is for both of you. Let's start with the difference between women being interested in you and women wanting you. Because there's a difference between getting interest and being wanted. See, interest is cheap. Any guy can buy it. Nice clothes, new haircut, a few likes on Instagram. But desire, that's ancient, that's primal. That's a biological fire you light in a woman's nervous system that says, I don't know why, but I need this man. That's what we're gonna build in you today. Here's the deal. I'm not here to give you corny pickup lines. I'm not here to turn you into some overcompensating alpha caricature screaming about dominance on TikTok. I'm here to show you truth. The kind that rewires the way women respond to you from this day forward. Because here's what they never told you. Women don't fall for the guy who looks perfect. They fall for the guy who feels perfect. To them, right now. She doesn't dream of the best-looking guy. She dreams of energy. She doesn't want money. She wants certainty. She doesn't crave attention. She craves the feeling of being chosen by a man who could have anyone, but chooses her. That's the secret. No one tells you. So here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn how female desire actually works. You're going to learn how to become the prize, the man women chase, fantasize about, and talk about to their friends. You'll learn body language that makes women melt. You'll learn conversation that triggers sexual tension like it's an invisible drug. And I'll show you the advanced methods, the ones that turn ordinary moments into spicy memories. And all of this is coming straight from a decade of experience, field-tested psychology, and what really happens when a woman's brain screams yes. Here is a quick story. Many years ago, I couldn't even look at a girl. If one spoke to me, my brain froze, heart pounding, words made no sense. I wanted to change that, so I forced myself to talk to girls, to get used to the pressure. But it didn't go smoothly. Some days I did better, some days I bombed. It wasn't progress, it was chaos, and I realized I needed guidance. See, I was a psychology nerd. While other guys were chasing parties, I was studying people. I started analyzing the guys who were good with women, taking mental notes, writing everything down, their tone, their body language, the way women reacted to them. I researched, I experimented, I asked questions, I turned social dynamics into my personal lab. And then one day, I met him, a guy who was on another level, effortless with women, calm, magnetic. He didn't chase, they came to him. Years later, that guy became famous, one of the most successful dating coaches in the world. I won't say his name, but those who know, they know, the legendary JC. I learned from him, I became his pupil, met other dating coaches and ladies' men, and that's when everything changed. My progress exploded. I started doing what I call Shaolin-level training and making women want me. Every day, every night, testing, refining, mastering. Until one day, I realized I had surpassed all the guys I once studied. Some of them started asking me for advice. Some wanted to hang out just to be around the energy, and the hot chicks I knew, a few of them, they'd walk out of the venue the moment I walked in, because they knew they couldn't compete. That's when it hit me. This isn't luck. This isn't genetics. This is science, psychology, energy, discipline. It's something any man can learn if he's willing to train for it. And that's what this masterclass is. The same psychology, the same mindset, the same systems I used to go from invisible to irresistible. Now, before we dive into all the psychology, the body language, the conversation mastery, you need to understand something deeper. You don't learn everything that makes women want you. A lot of it is you unlearning the weak conditioning that's been killing your attraction since you were 12 years old. Every time someone told you, just be nice, don't offend her, treat her like a queen, they were programming you to be forgettable. Because the truth, women don't fall for polite, they fall for confidence and vibe. Not the aggressive, loud, try-hard kind. The grounded kind. The I know who I am and I'm more than enough kind. And when you embody that, her biology does the rest for you. That's why in this training, we're not just talking about what to say, we're talking about what to become. By the end, you'll understand why some men can walk into a room and every woman turns her head, while others, no matter how good looking, just fade into the background. You'll understand the 1% who never get friend-zoned, who never chase, who women text first, fantasize about and fight for, and you'll understand how to become one of them, without acting fake, without pretending, and without ever compromising who you are. So take a breath. Forget everything you've been told about attraction, because starting right now, you're about to learn how to make women want you in ways they can't explain, but can feel. Every man thinks he knows what women want, but 99% of them are dead wrong. They think it's about looks, money, status, the car, the watch. That stuff helps you get noticed, maybe even impress her, sure, but it doesn't make her want you. It's like giving her a photo of fire instead of the actual heat. What makes her want you is what she feels when she's around you. See, attraction isn't logical, it's biological. It's ancient wiring that hasn't changed much since the first humans figured out fire. Women's attraction doesn't sit there in her neurons with a checklist saying, six-pack, check, good job, check. No, she feels your energy, your confidence, your emotional control, and her nervous system answers for her. Her body says yes or no long before her brain can explain why. Let me give you an image. A woman's attraction system is like a radar constantly scanning for signals of a man who's safe, grounded, and powerful enough to lead her into experiences she can feel. When she senses that, her body releases dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that make her crave chocolate, adrenaline, or sex. She doesn't choose it, it just happens. That's why some random guy she barely knows can make her heart race, while the nice dude texting her paragraphs gets ghosted, because biology doesn't reward comfort, it rewards emotion. So what does she actually respond to? 3 things: your certainty, your emotional leadership, your ability to spark contrast, tension, and release. Let's break those down. Certainty is the silent language of attraction. When you know who you are, where you're going, and that you're enough to make her feel the right emotions that trigger desire, she feels it before you even open your mouth. It's in your walk, your tone, the way you hold eye contact without flinching. That's why the confident guy always wins. Not because of looks, because he communicates certainty through every movement. A woman doesn't want to figure you out. She wants to feel safe following your lead. Emotional leadership. This one most guys never get. They think emotions make them weak, but real emotional leadership is the opposite. It's knowing how to guide the energy between you and her. When she's nervous, you relax. When she tests you, you stay playful. When she gives you attitude, you smile and lean back instead of defending yourself. That calm dominance tells her, I can handle you, and I can handle life. That's when her walls, and yeah, sometimes her pants drop. Tension and release. Attraction lives in contrast. Fast, slow. Soft, hard. Playful, serious. You tease, then you reward. You pull back, then you re-engage. It's a dance, and her emotions love to dance. Most guys are flatlined. No tension, no rhythm. But when you master contrast, every interaction feels alive. She never knows exactly what's coming next, and that mystery keeps her hooked. That's why the best seducers aren't necessarily the best-looking men. They're the most emotionally intelligent. They understand that desire is an emotional roller coaster. They create it intentionally. That's what I call psychological pull, the invisible magnet that makes a woman think about you hours after you've gone. So when you talk to women, stop worrying about saying the right line. Start focusing on the vibe you're transmitting. Are you calm? Are you teasing? Are you challenging? Are you leading the energy or reacting to hers? Every second she's around you, she's subconsciously asking, do I feel something around this man or nothing at all? Make her feel emotions that make her want you. In the next section, we're going deeper, because once you understand the psychology, you've got to know how to show it. That's when we move into body language, the silent game that makes women feel you before you even speak. But before we get there, if this training is hitting you right now, if you're already seeing the truth that nobody teaches men, pause for 2 seconds, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe. Not just for the algorithm, for yourself. Because when you stay plugged into this channel, you stay plugged into power, the kind that rewires your dating life forever. Alright, now let's talk about the body language that makes women melt before a single word leaves your mouth. Most guys talk too much. They think attraction starts with words. It doesn't. It starts before a single word leaves your mouth. It starts with what she feels when she first sees you. In less than 5 seconds, her brain has already decided if you're a man she could sleep with or a man she'll never think about again. That decision, it's highly influenced by body language. Every movement you make either communicates assurance or neediness, masculinity or insecurity, grounded confidence or trying too hard energy. And women read all of it faster than you can blink. They've evolved to That's why you can say the exact same words as another guy, and she'll respond completely differently. Because your words don't matter if your body tells a different story. So let's decode the body language that makes women melt before you even speak. I call it the dominant body language code, and it's built on 3 principles. 1. Posture and stillness. 2. Eye contact and timing. 3. Space and energy control. Posture and stillness. Your posture is your billboard. It tells her how much space you're comfortable taking up in the world. If you shrink, slouch, or fidget, she feels your uncertainty instantly. You're broadcasting weakness. But when you stand tall, shoulders relaxed, chest open, head steady, you're sending a primal message. I'm safe. I'm capable. I'm in control. That's what her subconscious looks for. Not a flexed up alpha gorilla, a man who moves slow because he's not in a rush to prove anything. When you're grounded and still, you create a gravitational pull. Every unnecessary movement you remove adds more weight to your presence. Oh, and here's a tip I got from the legendary JC. When in doubt, lean back. Here's the secret. Stillness equals power. Watch lions. CEOs are the top guy in any social circle. They don't bounce around. They don't rush. They move like time bends for them. Because it does. Everyone else reacts. They command. The alpha doesn't move a lot. Because the alpha doesn't need to move for anyone. When you slow down your movements, the world speeds up around you, and she notices. Because suddenly your energy becomes hot. Eye contact and timing. This one's deadly when you get it right. Most guys either avoid it or overdo it. They either break too soon or stare like they're trying to hypnotize her. Neither works. True seductive eye contact isn't about holding it, it's about owning it. You look at her the same way you'd look at something you already have. Calm, certain, amused. When she looks back, don't flinch, don't overreact. Let the silence do the heavy lifting. Because that microsecond of tension between your eyes and hers, that's where the spark ignites. Now here's a pro-level move. When you're speaking to her, don't hold eye contact the entire time. Instead, look away mid-sentence. Then bring it back slowly. That small pause, that delayed reconnection, hits her nervous system like a wave. She feels the push and pull, even if she can't explain why. You're not chasing her attention, you're leading it. And finally, space and energy control. This is where most men lose the game. They get too close too fast, or they stay too far away, afraid to create any tension. But attraction is built inside that space between you. When you control distance, you control the emotional rhythm. You step a little closer when you're teasing. You pull back right when she starts to lean in. You let silence hang when the tension's rising, then break it with a smirk or a playful line. That's push-pull energy through body language alone. If you want to see a video that dives deeper into push-pull, check out my video in the description after you've watched this one. Let me say that again. Presence equals safety, and safety unlocks desire. If she feels safe, she'll let herself feel everything else. That's when you start to own her attention without effort. When you walk into a bar or a date with presence, not performing, not pretending, just being, she feels it instantly. That's when other guys fade into background noise. Now combine what you learned here with what you learned about psychology plus body language, and you start becoming dangerous in the best way possible. Because now your vibe and your visuals match. Your energy and your movement say the same thing. I'm the prize. And that's when women stop seeing you as an option and start seeing you as an experience. In the next section, we'll talk about conversation, the seductive art of using words the right way, not to impress her, but to move her, to create emotional spikes, laughter and tension that make her feel like you're inside her head. That's where psychology, body language, and energy all come together. Because once you master that, you don't chase attraction, you create it on demand. Most men talk to women like they're giving a polite job interview. They ask questions, nods, smiles too much, and wonder why the spark dies. You don't want conversation, you want chemistry. The goal isn't to fill silence, it's to charge it. Because when your words start carrying electricity, her emotions take over. You don't attract women through logic, you attract them through emotional stimulation. Every line, every tease, every pause is a microdose of feeling. You're not trying to get to know her, you're trying to make her feel something. So let's talk about how you actually do that. You can divide seductive conversation into 3 pieces. 1. Playful curiosity. 2. Emotional spikes and tease releases. 3. The pull to intimacy. Playful curiosity. Flirtation starts when curiosity turns playful. You don't ask questions like an interviewer. You ask like a man who's genuinely intrigued, but not desperate for answers. Instead of "what do you do for work?" try "what's your secret passion?" the thing that would surprise people. Instead of "where are you from?" try "you don't strike me as someone who grew up boring." What's your hometown hiding? You're giving her a chance to reveal her personality, not her resume. Playful curiosity makes her feel seen and challenged. It's how you create the vibe of, this guy actually gets me, and he's fun as hell. Next is emotional spiking, teasing, challenging, withdrawing, rewarding. Think of it like a roller coaster. If the ride stays flat, no one lines up for it. You build tension, then release it with laughter or warmth. For example, she says she loves astrology, you smirk. So you're one of those girls who already decided our entire relationship based on the moon. Pause, then laugh and add, I'll allow it if I get to read your chart later. Playful accusation, then release. Tension, laugh, connection. That rhythm wakes up her emotions. She starts to associate you with excitement, because emotion equals memory. If she laughs, teases, and feels something unique with you, she'll keep thinking about you long after the chat ends. The pull to intimacy. Now this is where the real connection happens. Once you've built tension and playfulness, you drop the energy for a moment. You show a flash of depth. You say something like, most people never slow down long enough to actually connect anymore. I like this. Boom. Now she's not just laughing, she's feeling something deeper. You've created range. This contrast between play and depth is what makes a woman feel safe and intrigued. She realizes you're not another surface-level flirt. You've got gravity. Remember this rule: if playfulness opens her up, depth anchors her there. That's the push-pull of conversation. That's how you go from being that funny guy to the guy she can't stop thinking about. Here's how to know you're doing it right. The conversation starts to feel like chemistry, not effort. She's laughing, touching, leaning in. You're calm, teasing, grounded. You both start finishing each other's sentences, not because you planned it, but because the rhythm between you is alive. That's when you know you've entered flirt flow. So stop memorizing lines. Start mastering energy shifts. If you tease, let it breathe. If you compliment, mean it. If you joke, smile with your eyes. Seductive conversation isn't about perfect wording. It's about timing, emotion, and presence. Now, when you mix this conversational rhythm with the psychology from part 2 and the body language from part 3, you become lethal in the best way. You're not chasing women, you're leading experiences. And in a second, we'll talk about how to close the loop, how to take that chemistry and move it off the app out of the chat and into the real world. But before we go there, if this part just gave you 1 or 2 aha moments, do me a favor, drop a comment below with your favorite line or moment, and hit that subscribe button, because what comes next will change how you escalate and close forever. Attraction without direction dies. You can have all the chemistry in the world, but if you never move it somewhere, it fades. And most guys ruin it right here. They either rush and kill the tension, or wait too long and lose momentum. The key? You lead. You decide when the conversation graduates. The best time to move things forward is when the energy's at its peak, not when it's flat. When she's laughing, when the vibe feels light, when her eyes linger a little longer. That's the window. That's when your lips are on hers. I've seen so many guys meet a chick. She's into him, she's flirting, and then when he finally makes a move, she backs off. He gets mad, thinks she's been sending mixed signals, ends up confused. The truth? She was into him. The problem was timing. If you wait until it feels logical, it's already too late. Do it when emotions are spiking. That's when she wants to escalate. Don't make the mistake most guys do, letting that moment pass, because when you do, you waste her time and yours. So how do you escalate further in a way that feels natural, smooth, and confident? Let me show you how I do it. Step 1. Seed the future. You never ask for a date out of nowhere. You seed it inside the conversation. Let's say you're talking about food. You say something like, we are both clearly sushi fans. We have to test that new sushi place and rate it to our high standards. Notice, you didn't ask. You just placed the idea. Playful, effortless, no pressure. Now it's floating in her head. She's imagining it. And once a woman pictures something, she's halfway there emotionally. Step 2. Transition to logistics. Later in the chat or the same conversation, you simply bring it up again casually. Alright, you're fun. Let's continue this over sushi sometime. What's your schedule look like this week? Direct but relaxed. Not can I take you out? You're not asking permission. You're leading. Step 3. Move to the personal channel. If you meet her through a dating app or social media and want to ask her out through texting, once the vibe is there, move her off the app or platform. Say something like, you seem chill. Let's switch to WhatsApp. Easier to actually keep up. Or what's your number? I don't open this app much. Short, confident, normal. You're not asking. You're making the next move feel inevitable. Step 4. Set the date fast. Once she's on your number, don't turn it into a texting marathon. You already built the attraction. You already built the spark. Now give it a destination. Say you free Thursday or Friday. If she says she's not sure, you don't panic. You just say, cool, let's figure it out later in the week. I'll text you. You stay calm. You stay in control. You never act like her answer decides your mood. That energy alone makes her want to see you even more. Now listen closely. because this part is critical. When you set up the date, lead it. Don't ask her what she wants to do and dump all the pressure on her. And don't text 3 times a day asking if she's still on for tomorrow. That kills the vibe instantly. Leading doesn't mean being a tyrant who dictates every detail. It means you set the direction and give her something easy to say yes to. Say something like, "How about we grab a coffee?" Low pressure. "You'll love the spot." Good coffee. Great vibe. That one line says everything. Fun. Spontaneous. Confident. And when the date's coming up, you don't need to overthink it or double confirm 5 times. A simple message the day before is all it takes. "Hey Emma, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow." Simple. Calm confidence. Low pressure. That tone, that relaxed certainty is what keeps her excited instead of overwhelmed. Now sometimes she'll hesitate. She'll say she doesn't know you well enough yet. Perfect. That's your moment to show playful, calm confidence. You can say something like, "You're right. I could be a vampire, but you seem like you could take me." It's humor with a hint of flirt. She laughs. The tension breaks. Then you bring it right back. "We'll keep it simple. 1 drink. If you don't like me, you can leave after 5 minutes." That level of confidence and security, that's what gets the "okay, fine" text. Understand this. Closing isn't about pressure. It's about certainty. Certainty and comfort are attractive. Certainty and comfort are sexy. When you lead without forcing, she feels safe and excited at the same time. And that's the exact formula for sexual tension to keep growing. And remember, whether you're on Tinder, texting, or face-to-face, the mindset is the same. I'm inviting her into my world. If she fits, cool. If not, I move on. That mindset turns rejection into nothing and attraction into inevitability. Now everything I've shown you so far, the psychology, the body language, the conversation, the closing, all of that is powerful. But there's another level to this. There are certain ways to communicate, move, and frame your interactions that can make women feel desire for you instantly. I'm talking about practical, real-world techniques, the kind that flip her attraction switch fast. And if you want to master those, I've put over 30 of them together for you in an ebook I created called 30+ Ways to Make Her Want You. This isn't theory, it's tactics. Stuff you can actually do in person, over text, or on a date that makes her feel it. So when you finish this video, go check the link in the description. But remember, only after you've watched this full training, because what's coming next is going to tie everything together. Attraction isn't just about getting women. It's about becoming the kind of man women can't help but respect. The kind of man who moves through life with purpose, calm, and presence. Because when you understand women, you start to understand yourself. And that's when your whole life changes. Every woman you meet feels your frame before she hears your words. Your frame is your world, your beliefs, your standards, your energy. Low-value men live inside her frame. They react, they chase, they wait. They make decisions based on what she does. High-value men, they live inside their own. They lead, they decide, they make choices that align with who they are, not what they think will impress her. A woman doesn't fall for a man who gives her everything she asks for. She falls for a man whose world feels better than hers. A man whose energy makes her feel more alive just by being in it. That's what frame is. Your invisible power. You hold it by not overreacting, by not chasing validation, by not letting temporary emotion pull you out of permanent confidence. Here's what most men never learn. Attraction is a mirror. The more you respect yourself, the more she feels it. If you move like you're valuable, speak like you're valuable, and live like you're valuable, she has to respond to that reality. Because women are emotional mirrors. They reflect back what you project. Project chaos. She feels chaos. Project certainty. She feels desire. You've learned the code now. Psychology, body language, conversation, closing. All of it is designed to help you step into that rare version of yourself, the one that walks into any room and owns it quietly. You don't need to prove you're the prize. You are the prize. And when you walk through life like that, everything changes. Women start to chase you, opportunities start finding you, and confidence stops being something you fake. It becomes who you are. Because you're no longer trying to attract women, you're attracting life. So if this video opened your eyes, if it gave you even one moment of, yeah, that's what I've been missing, then this is your sign to act. Hit that like button, drop a comment below, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Because this channel is your training ground, the dojo where men learn to master attraction, confidence, and power. And if you're ready to go deeper to learn how to make women not just like you, but want you in ways they can't explain, then go grab the ebook I mentioned earlier. It's in the description, 30+ Ways to Make Her Want You. Use it, apply it, test it, because attraction isn't a theory, it's a skill. And when you master it, you stop chasing women, and women start chasing you. Slow, confident. Remember this, confidence isn't what you show the world, it's what you feel when you stop pretending. Be that man, lead, command your space, and never apologize for your value. Because when you become that man, you don't make women want you. You make them feel lucky they found you. See you in the next one.